Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spar&Brawl. Hope you're having a decent day. As always, I'm joined by my co-host Sam, and I've come across this story that really makes my blood boil. So I wanted to tell Sam about it, see what his take is, and also see what the viewers think about it. So before I go over the quotes that really pissed me off, here's the background. There's some sports competitions going on, some Olympic qualifiers, I believe, and one of the USA hammer throwers from the hammer throwing team, Gwen Berry, she placed second or third in one of these events. And then while they were singing the national anthem, while the US national anthem was on, she like turned her back to it, or she like went sideways, and she didn't sing the national anthem.
Is
So
she
yeah,
of a specific
yeah,
ethnicity?
she's African American. She's African American, and I guess I'll tell you the part right now. This is not the part that makes my blood boil, but after they asked her, so why did you do this and that? She said that like in the third paragraph of the U.S. national anthem is about slavery and very disrespectful to African Americans and all that. So I didn't want to. That's that. There's just like a small paragraph on it. But then, so this, I mean, here's the irony. Okay, so this she's called a human rights activist, Yeon-mi Park, right? She's a defector from North Korea. She got away from North Korea, and they brought her on Fox News to comment about this incident. I don't know if you've heard of her, Sam, Yeon-mi Park, but she's I think maybe in conservative circles and all this, because I guess she's a
Is
anti.
she a slightly of older, like middle-aged
No,
lady?
not at all. She's actually 27. So no,
Oh,
she's not
there
old
was
at all.
one lady who represented a law firm of some kind that
No.
were human rights. So I saw her doing one interview on once. So no, just
No.
no,
So
I have
actually,
no background
let me
information
give you the
whatsoever.
background about her. So she's a North Korean defector and activist. Her family fled. This is from Wikipedia. Authoritarian policies of North Korea to China in 2007, and she settled in South Korea in 2009 before moving to the US in 2014. So she came from an educated, politically connected family that turned to black market trading during North Korea's economic collapse in the 1990s. So her father was then
American sanctions.
yeah, so her father was sent to labor camp, and then they fled to China, where Park, so her and her mother, fell into the hands of human traffickers. She was sold into slavery, but then escaped to Mongolia, and now she's an advocate
Jesus,
for victims trafficking in China and works to promote human rights in North Korea. So I believe in her early
that suddenly
20s,
took a
yeah, yeah. So she was, I guess, and she'll refer to human trafficking and all that. So I guess that happened in China when that escaped. And I guess in her very early 20s or late teens, she made it to the United States. So Fox brought her on, right? Fox News brought her on. You can already see where this is kind of going, to comment on Gwen Berry refusing to kind of sing the national anthem. And she also, so she shifted her face to the crowd and covered her head with a t-shirt that read activist athlete also. So she had that message. But this is what this Park lady went on and said on Fox News. If she did the exact same thing at this very moment, if she was North Korean, not only
Mhm.
herself will be executed, also 8 generations of her family can be sent to political prison camp and execution. Then she adds, I was a slave. I was sold in China in 2007 as a child at 13 years old. The people actually called it slavery under the Chinese Communist Party in North Korea. There is actual injustice there. And the fact that she's complaining about this country, the most tolerant country, she doesn't really understand history. In North Korea, people are actually oppressed, don't even know they're oppressed. The fact that she's complaining about oppression and systematic racism, she does not understand that she's so privileged. I mean, the fact that she doesn't see the irony that she wants the US, which she says is the most tolerant country in the world, she wants to turn it into North Korea, I guess, based on her, because she's saying that they should shut up and not complain because in North Korea, they don't allow
Does
you to do
she
this.
does she say or advocate any legal action being taken against her or anything, or she just criticizes her? Because you can't say if you're just criticizing
Yeah,
someone,
she's
fair
allowed to
enough, that's part of.
criticize, but it's just the irony. I don't know how she doesn't see the
I,
irony that she escaped
I
from
mean,
such a situation. Let's take a word. And then she wants to pretty much replicate that in the US, which she claims
mm,
to be the most
I
tolerant
mean, we don't
country.
know if she wants to replicate that or she just wants to. Uh, so she wants to. What's it called? She. What do you mean? She want? We don't know if she wants to enforce her opinion on the. Do we? She
Perhaps
doesn't say
she,
that.
I
She
don't know
doesn't.
if she says that. I took the quotes from an article. I didn't watch the interview on Fox, but I mean, she would hope that there was that,
Yeah,
one way or
that's
another that this person would shut up. And so whether, I mean,
well, just I hope a lot of like that's I think that's a bit reading too much into it. But I would say in general, that's why I think we don't do a lot of right wing commentary stuff because right wing commentary a lot of times and just stupid commentary in general time it consists of well in America is better than North Korea in terms of freedoms and or
yeah,
200 years ago was better than now or something like it's just these false equivalencies and stupid like sure North Korea is far more oppressive and dictatorial than the USA. That doesn't make USA completely guilt free. That doesn't make it's the worst criminals in the world either.
yeah.
But it's not like it's just emotional bullshit that Fox tries to fill its time with.
But I mean, just what I just don't understand this person who positions herself as a human rights activist, right? I mean, she says she's a human rights activist. She's escaped somewhere where they impede on your freedom of speech and all that and more. And then she goes and tells, and this is where the extra irony is, because she says that you're complaining about oppression and systematic racism to a Black person. And then she says, I was a slave, like I was actually a slave. Like, it's like double irony. Not only is the whole, shut up, saying like exactly how people should behave in North Korea. And then
Well,
the
I
other
would
one, the
say,
fact that she's African American, and then she brings in the slavery thing. I mean, I love that she also adds that to it.
well, that's the only thing that I actually give her a tiny bit. Like she does, like say, like she mentions that I actually suffered like a certain thing, so I am qualified or I have a perspective on it. So fair enough, okay, or not, or even if you weren't a slave, you can say what she said,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's still okay. North Korea is worse than USA. Fair enough. Good point. Well done.
But
Well done. You figured that out. That's it. Yeah, a
but for me,
country
it's
with
the fact
like,
that she was exactly, that's why I'm saying like the irony, how she doesn't see it. It's the fact that
but
exactly she has suffered that, and then she goes to another country and tells these people in the country, no, you shut up, you haven't suffered or anything, or you have nothing to complain about.
I can see that for sure, though. You can definitely, I get that feeling a lot of times. I'm not saying it's a good, correct feeling or anything, though,
What do you mean?
but
What
that
kind
you
of
see
feeling?
people, the feeling that, for example, people in US or UK or wherever it is, they're complaining about bullshit that is just like, everyday stuff in Iran or in third world or in a lot of places. So I definitely can see that. I think a lot of actually defectors or immigrants or stuff like that, uh, they like they do feel that, and that's how they are recruited by Fox News and all that because they feel. But after you spend a couple of months though, and then you adjust, it's like tragedy or anything in life. Like you just adjust. Humans tend to just adjust to the situation. It seems after a while. So you start nagging about, the speed of internet is not quite as fast as it, so even if you're complaining about some really like they don't come and collect their bins at the right exact moments they should or something, it's a justified complaint. It's just the level of urgency is a bit. But I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah.
And to be honest, considering that so many Iranians that are
Yeah,
a
but
lot of Iranians are like that.
oh, I know. I mean, they
Like
just talk
genuine,
complete
they're not paid
garbage.
by
I
anyone.
know. And they talk complete garbage.
But
But exactly, but this story
it's
was
not
put in front of
surprising.
my eyes. I mean, sure, not I didn't say it's surprising. I didn't use the word surprising at all. I said
Oh,
it's
sorry.
ironic because on top of the dynamic that you said, And even though there's a lot to complain about, and a lot of people are way worse off in the UK than some people are in Iran. Not everybody in UK is better off than everybody in Iran. But the fact that she's a
fewer people are
yeah,
worse off than a
I
few.
know, but I'm just saying it's
It's
not like
like,
everyone. And the fact that she's a human rights activist on top of that, and then she comes and
well,
says,
that's
"But
what
yeah, I
she's.
know other people do it too." I mean,
No.
just so
She's called that
ridiculous
by
and
the
stupid.
people, and she's called that by the people who want to justify her
Yeah.
existence. So,
Well, she also
like
positions
literally,
herself as that.
of course.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that I don't think, like, most people would take her seriously as a human rights activist of a really first grade or anything. But yeah, fair enough. No, I completely am in agreement with you. But I do think, yeah, I've seen a lot of people who
But no, you're so
complain
right
about,
that others do it so much. But yeah, I mean, this
and I've
story
seen
I
it with,
came.
by the, like, people who migrate to Iran from war-off countries,
Yeah.
from war-torn countries, and then at first they're very like, "Oh, your country's so good" and stuff. And a couple of months, they're like, "Fuck this! We are going to Europe. This is awful." So
Yeah.
it's,
But I mean,
yeah,
she still thinks that the US is amazing in every single way, and there should be no reason for anybody to express any issues that they have with it. But okay, I mean, let's leave it at that. We're just going around in circles, and it's still making my blood boil. So, viewers, please, people, let us know in the comment section if this story pissed you off as much as me, or as Sam says, there are millions of these all the time, so you kind of become immune to them. But yeah, any final thoughts, Sam?
No, funny one. No.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you for watching, people. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.